Well, greetings, people of the internet. Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. Today, we're going to talk about getting solar panels. Remember, we're farming the sun, and in order to do that, we need panels. We need land. Okay, the panels are our land. And the sun are the seeds that get planted in the panels, and then the panels make electricity from those seeds. Okay, that's the best analogy I could come up with. I'm a feeble-minded old man. Leave me alone. No, in all seriousness, that's what we need. We need more panels. So, being the king of cheap, I reached out as cheaply as I could to find some panels out there, and I got some good deals. I found some Trina solar panels, 290-watt solar panels, for $54 a panel, and I bought a pallet of them. Actually, I bought 2 pallets of them because they come in a pallet of 10. So I bought 2 pallets and paid to have them shipped to my door from Arizona. I bought them from a company called Santan Solar, and no, they didn't pay for the panels. They didn't. There's no money exchanged hands here, and they haven't asked me to review these panels. I took a chance because of the favorable reviews I've seen on Santan Solar, and I ordered them, and they arrived, and oh boy, that's where the fun began. In an Unky Joe's Playhouse, you can be sure of one thing. There's always a story behind anything I'm about to tell you. And the story goes as such. I paid for a liftgate delivery with the understanding that they would offload the panels off the back of the truck for me on a pallet and would deliver them to my driveway. And they agreed. And they charged me about $550 to agree to that. So from Phoenix, Arizona, well, not from Phoenix, from Gilbert, Arizona, outside of Phoenix, I guess, to Seguin, Texas, where I live, $550. And when the panels got here, God love the kid on the truck. And I say kid because he's younger than I am. He's in probably his late 20s, early 30s. He was a very nice young man. And I didn't realize the panels were 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide. Somehow that fact escaped me as I was clicking through the internets and going, add to cart, add to cart. And, yeah. So the problem is the pallet they put them on was, of course, 6 feet long. And it was in there sideways, and he had no way of turning it with the pallet jack he had once he had gotten it onto the liftgate of the truck. So the damn pallet is hanging half on and half off the truck. And I'm sorry, I recorded footage of all this. I thought it would be hilarious watching this old fart carry, and these panels weigh 65 pounds apiece, 62. They're heavy. And thank God it wasn't windy, but it was 94 degrees because it was right at noon. The sun directly overhead. I'm not a young man. You do the math. And, it was no fault of the guy on the truck, I guess. He could have tried. Well, maybe he could have tried a little harder to help take those panels. He did hand the panels down to me. And, technically they're not required to help you take things off of a pallet. They're just paid to deliver the pallet. But seeing as he couldn't do that, I guess he felt, because I said, it's going to take a while. There's 20 panels. That's 1,200 pounds. I had a long day. I got him off the truck. We got him, and later my spouse came home during this time, and because I was pooped, and my spouse came out and helped me. And then, out of the goodness of the heart, the driver, either he was in a big hurry and needed to leave, so he brought 2 panels off the truck by himself. Because at this point, I was just dragging them on the ground. I was just the edges, not the front of them. And we did get them here, and I inspected them and signed and surprisingly, these panels look great. You could tell they've been out in the weather. They're a little dirty. but there's no staining on them. There's no snail trails that I can see. There's no broken panels, no cracks. The only damage was the edges where I kind of dragged them through across the driveway, on their edges. But other than that, the panels are in good shape. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe you have like 7 days to really inspect the panels and see if there's anything wrong that you can't live with. And, I think they warranty I don't know, do they warranty the panels for a year or not? I don't know. I have a panel tester, so the next day, of course, as I lined some of those panels up against the fence, I went ahead and plugged them in and started testing them and seeing how they were performing. And I'm perfectly, with the exception of one panel that had some corrosion on the MC4 connectors, the panels were in great shape and producing. And they're producing right now. But let's go out and take a look at the panels real quick. All right, so come with me outside, and we're going to take a look at the panels. So these are the 400 watt panels that I purchased a few months ago, and got them mounted up. Got all the cables off the ground, and try as best as I can to keep the weeds out from in front of these. But they are producing. But you got to keep in mind any shading affects all the panels. So I noticed there's a spot I need to come clean up here rather quickly. But and I was playing around with the camera here, the Pixel 8, trying to figure out how to zoom in and out. So pardon the crappy camera work, but it does take a beautiful picture. And then these are the 100 watt panels that I have lined out. So I have about 10, 20 of those. And then here are the new panels from Santan. And so you can see on some of the edges there's a little scuff mark. That's where I dragged it up the driveway. I was just taking account of the panels that I have. And then also you see as we walk down the driveway here that I've got, these are the ones that are producing. So all these panels are laying horizontal, and then we'll come up to the last three, which are standing up vertically, because this corner post on my fence is a little bit taller, so it can support the panels standing on their ends. So yeah, I just jacked them up here, and they get, that's the view, they get southwest, and so they pick up that afternoon sun, and capture it all and put it into the system in the house. And we had just gotten some rain that morning, or that afternoon. It had been raining. So, and then these panels are the bifacials that I need to put into place for the other charge controller. Yeah, so there's the solar farm, and forgive the weeds growing and stuff like that. And keep in mind, these are temporary locations for these panels. So I'm just my goal is to get them producing and making electricity. Now that I've paid for them, I want them to produce. The ones on the fence are the ones I bought. I lined them up, and we've zip tied them. They're pointing to the southwest, so they get that afternoon sun. And in Texas, we get a lot of afternoon. We get a lot from like that 3 o'clock time on. The sun is more to the west, so we get a lot of sunlight. So that's why that fence is an ideal location for those new panels, and they are producing. Of course, it's toward the end of the day, but I'll take power where I can get it. It will be nice though once we get the mount built to get all those panels up at the back of the property and on one big mount. So I'm going to go with 4x4s and Unistrut and 2x6s, and we should all treated, and then we should be fine. And then we'll either stain it, make it try to look pretty, and plant some stuff around it. But you can see what happens when you don't lay down weed block and put down stone under the panels. Pretty soon the weeds get out of control. I have to cut down those weeds every Saturday or Sunday with a weed eater. That's why another reason the cables are up off the ground and elevated is so I can get through there with a weed eater without the risk of cutting those cables. So, but being the king of cheap, I can't afford to put the thing up that holds the panels. I mean, the damn thing is going to be 30 feet long by about 12 feet high. The biggest thing on those racks is wind load, and we do get some pretty high winds out here 30, 40, 35, 40 miles an hour typically. But as more people move out here and plant more trees, we're getting less and less of that. But still, during storms, we can get high winds, and that could be a problem. So I just wanted to share that with you. We've got some new panels in, and I'll be putting them to work. I still haven't even set up the panels for my 24-volt system here to run the pool pump. So we've been paying, we were running it off the grid all summer pretty much, and summer's getting to be over here. Well, we still got another 2 or 3 months. So this weekend I want to get those 3 bifacial panels up, and I've got the wire to run them. I just need to physically, and I have the bracket to mount the panels. In fact, it's pre-assembled. I just need to take it outside and put the skids on the feet, and then put the thing together and hang the panels, and then we'll have solar powering our pool. So that'll be cool. So there you go. We hope you found the video entertaining and informative as always. Please give us a thumbs up down below if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and click that notification bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. Donate if you're so inclined. PayPal, Patreon, YouTube join function, or become a YouTube premium member. Either way, we all get the benefits of that. And anyway, come back and see us again. And don't forget, we'll see all of you on the sunny other side.
I've been watching old Unky Joe. From Texas heat to where the cacti grow. Fixing server solar power in the land, hoping that his plans all stand, making life a touch more bright underneath those southern lights.